We're on the air.
All right.
All right. We're only 2 minutes late.
Sorry for making you guys late. I mean, wait, late. Late?
We were going to be on time, but then we weren't.
Yeah, we had a... There was a glitch in the Matrix.
There was a glitch in the Matrix.
I had to mute my...
Hey, do we have voicemails tonight? It looks like it's empty.
There is a voicemail.
All right, I'll check.
I like the thumbnail you picked for Brian.
Yeah, Brian is in surgery tonight, so he'll be joining us later.
That's right. He looks really happy.
I know it's I took this screenshot of him.
Good. Yeah.
That's off like our last episode of the season last year.
Do you smell something?
Let's all make the same face.
It's more like this, right?
Well, and I'm sure that when I said that, there was the, in the podcast version of this, people are going to be like, oh, great. That's wonderful. They're making faces. What else are they going to do that we can't see on the air or when we're listening?
What are you drinking?
Wear cool clothes. Yeah, what are you drinking?
This is LaCroix.
LaCroix. Nice.
It's a very light beer.
Yes, yeah, very light.
I'm drinking this. I'm starting off with a woodchuck sipping citrus.
Nice.
My wife said this is the last one, and I will allow you to drink it. And then when I'm done with that, we will move on to a St. Arnold 2021 Pumpkinator.
Nice.
Which is limited release. Unfortunately, I have about 40 of these.
Well, after I'm done
is that actually a good pumpkin beer?
Oh yes, very good.
Pretty good.
High quality.
After I'm done with my LaCroix, I'm going to have this French version called LaCroix.
Nice.
Coconut.
I just got an unfiltered wheat Boulevard.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I think we should just maybe start things up.
Let her rip.
Well, because I really want to play a clip of a song now.
Are you jumping ahead?
Well,
should we do What's the Juke right now?
we should just start with What's in the Juke.
Right. No, we got to lure them in. Otherwise, people are gonna they're gonna go do something else. Gotta tease them.
I'm discarding the change. Are you still on the air?
I still see us.
That's good, because I just canceled out of something. Oh, crap. Somebody rearranged my desktop.
That's what she said.
This could take days.
Hey, when you start the opening theme, I'm going to run outside to my truck, get my sunglasses, and then come right back. And then you won't even know I left. Except for the fact that I just told you, but hey. So if I don't come back, that means I fell down or something.
All right.
Okay, be careful.
All right, Mark. I'm going to give you on the count of 3. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Live from KOYR Studios in Minneapolis, Minnesota, this is Arcade Radio.
Where I live. Run, run, run.
Hello, and thanks for listening in from the Arcadosphere. This is Season 5, Episode 9 of the Arcade Radio Podcast. Today is Thursday, February 18th, 2021, and the time is now approximately 7:22 p.m. Central. I am your host, Shaddam Stevens. I'm joined by my co-host, Mark. You're starting to sound like my old man, Shields. And Paradise Arcade Champ proprietor, and well, he's not actually here right now, sharing his caring phrase coiner, Brian Thurston Howell Armitage III. And joining us tonight, he's restored and revived over 140 arcade games. He stumbled upon the legendary Nintendo Sky Skipper PCB years ago. He's gotten a ton of collecting stories to tell and more. Ladies and gentle dudes, a round of applause for Mr. Jeff Willard Jr. That's
Well
a
done.
double
Thank you. Thank you.
golf clap there for you.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yeah, man. Brian's frozen, guys. If you're wondering what's happened to Brian,
Smells something good.
his internet is toast. Before we get the show started, I think, Mark, you should give us an update on frozen Texas.
Welcome to Texas. Well, right about now, nobody wants their house to catch on fire. Let me tell you that. Because there's no water. But anyway, yeah, in addition to that, we've had the Texas freeze. Power's been in and out. Water's been mostly out, at least for me. Internet, including my phone, went out.
Wow.
And I had to, go into my phone and then go to older networks like 4G and 3G. And then that was what I had to do to, do anything.
Wow.
No services. Every Whataburger closed. It's a nightmare here.
What a burger.
I actually was standing in a Whataburger that was open, and for you guys that don't know, it's like In and Out, but good.
Mhm.
And anyway, I was in a giant line. I'm getting closer and closer and closer, and then the mirage goes away, and you still see the Whataburger, and then they closed it because the water went out, and they said, "Well, we have to wash our hands," and I'm like, "What? If you've already started, who cares, right? Just if you got Whataburger in your hands, what's the big deal?" Anyway, yeah, that was sad. Oh, I just got a text from Centerpoint. Screw you guys. They're like, it's gonna freeze again tonight. Like, yes, I know. This is the fourth night that we're gonna have a hard freeze.
Wow.
And to top the story off, to finish it, I guess, I have two pipes that burst. I did not know this. I thought I had one pipe. I spent a lot of effort, MacGyvering all the things I needed to get together to fix it, and then I fixed it, and then the pipe right next to it had another hole in it. So I had, I have this silicone Nashua tape, and I wrapped it. I remember my dad. He's like, you can use this tape, but I don't think it really works. I've never tried it, and but it does work. But again, no water pressure, so I don't really know. We'll find out
When it turns on.
We had a pipe burst 2 nights ago.
Water. Oh, no way! Really?
Yep, here in Missouri. Yeah, it was. I heard it pop, and it was in the wall too, so I had to be cutting the drywall. It was not fun, but anyway, guy came out at almost 10 o'clock, and $250, and it was all fixed. I didn't think that was too bad. I fixed the sheetrock and everything. It's all good now. But
Was that one of those walls that is like an exterior wall?
Yeah, and we've got all brick, and it was well insulated. It just got minus 14. So
yeah.
It's too cold.
We got to about 13, which I've never encountered in Houston in my entire life. So it was very Minnesota-y. My dogs are all from Minnesota, and they went outside and they were like, "Hey, this is nice."
I remember this.
Yeah.
And then
No, go ahead.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, and so when the water pipe broke, my wife heard the water, and we turned it off immediately because it had been off. The city's source has been off, so all of the games in here are on the carpet. So she totally saved all the games.
Wow.
Samantha.
Wow. Lucked out.
That is crazy.
And then during all this, I capped and replaced the flyback on my Tron Mini K7000, and it's looking pretty good. I need to rejuve the tube. That's all I've been doing in the Arcadosphere.
You got a rejuvenator?
I don't. I go to Conroe and borrow Arcadiology's Rejuver. He's
Oh.
got all the reju juice I need.
Yeah, Brian's
I think
got
I've-
rejuvenators. If I need one, he said I could use it.
I think I've got like 6 or 7, and they all need recapped and fixed right now. They're all out of commission. I need to fix them.
Oh,
Oh.
the rejuvenator needs recapping.
It does, and
Yeah.
they'll have cold solder and the typical BK issues.
That's weird. It's like I want to, that's like a weird problem to have.
Oh, it looks like C.W. Graham was insulted when I insulted In-N-Out Burger, which is, of course, terrible in comparison to Whataburger.
I have to agree. I tried In-N-Out when I was in California a couple years ago, and I was not impressed.
Yeah.
Yes. Somebody who lived in Philadelphia for 5 years, I would like to say, in regards to In-N-Out, feh.
Yeah, so we hit minus 17 the 14th, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
and
you guys are probably prepared though for it. Do you have well insulated pipes and everything in Minnesota, and it's all?
well, it's not so much your pipes are insulated; it's more that your house is insulated.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean the houses are insulated better, generally speaking. The first house that I bought in Minneapolis actually had no insulation in the attic at all. Built in 1919, so it had cellulose insulation in the walls, which is basically like newspaper. But all of our pipes are below ground, and there's a frost line, so
Beautiful.
you go below the frost line and nothing freezes.
Yeah. Smart.
But you guys don't have basements a lot in Texas. I don't know about Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a basement, and that's actually where the pipe burst.
Yeah. And so, when it gets real cold, anything that's, not, 14 inches below ground? Zip. I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe it's 8. I can't remember. And also, I replaced all my exterior spigots with frost line spigots, so they actually have valves that are back like 18 inches from them.
Ah.
So you turn it off, and it actually turns off the valve inside
Way
the
back
house.
inside.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that way you get
Nice.
no water in the pipe and it won't break. You can do that too.
Yeah.
I actually was
installed
wondering
this one.
if any Minnesota people were down there trying to help. Like firemen and plumbers. I don't know.
Plumbers, probably. Firemen, it's tough because there's no water, so.
Yeah. All they can do is turn it off.
Right. They're good at that. Also, turning off power. That's also, they're very pro.
Yeah. No. So this
I know you're a huge Back to the Future fan, Mark.
Yes.
Have you heard the rumors about possibly the new Stern?
No! What?
Supposedly,
Tell me.
Yeah, supposedly there's going to be a remake. Gary Stern has all of the Data East licenses, and I don't know if he's found a loophole or what, but he's remakes all of the Data East titles like Jurassic Park and all the others. It's rumored that Back to the Future might be remade, be the next one. So we'll see.
I would love a game that does not have a weird guy instead of Michael J. Fox on it. That would be sweet.
Maybe they actually got his likeness and maybe got him to do some voice acting and stuff. That would be cool.
Very. Oh my God! Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a kick pole position out.
I got an Aztec pinball EM. That's what I'm working on tomorrow. I'm picking it up.
Oh, cool.
So
Where's it at?
I've never worked on an EM. I primarily solid states. I just started getting into the pinball a couple of years ago. I restored a few, but I've got a couple pinball guys here that help me with the boards and whatnot. And but yeah, they're fun.
the boards for solid state are very easy these days because there's reproduction boards for pretty much everything.
Yep.
With the exception of Xenon, which has the vocalizer board, and a couple other one-offs that have that vocalizer board or customized boards, but the power boards are the same. The solenoid boards I think Williams used the same MPU board. So it's just weird. Like Bally and Williams were using, trading parts practically.
Yeah, Stern and Bally, I know, were like, on that era of KISS,
Yeah.
There were several. Yeah, for sure.
So it's like they wanted them all to be like serviceable, apparently. So it's good for us because then, somebody comes along and says, well, I'm going to design a brand new board. And I bought a brand new MPU board for my Mr. and Mrs. Pack not long ago. And all you had to do is flip the dip switches to select the ROM,
nice.
which is great. The
Is that a
ultimate
Weebly? Is that
Alltech.
Alltech? Yeah, those are good.
Alltech MPU, Universal MPU or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I have a couple of Rotten Dog power supply boards in my Mr. and Mrs. Pack and Xenon. I have not replaced the MPU board in my Xenon. But I have one other EM, and it's a Pioneer 2-player. This Aztec is actually a 4-player, which is going to be kind of fun.
Yeah.
And I have a buddy here in town that's going to help me out with it a little bit. I guess there's a couple things wrong with it, but it looks Huo. Looks like it was home use only.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Huo.
so Huo.
Yeah, a lot of those EMs, they look pristine. I don't know if it was the lead-based paint or what it was.
I've seen a lot.
God.
I've seen a lot that don't look good. Like there's a lot of planking and nicotine and yeah. Just depends on where it was.
True.
But yeah, I've been lucky. The last two that I've gotten have been pretty nice, but this one's nicer than the one I currently have. So it'll be a fun one.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then I've been working on some dumb stuff, like I put an indicator light in my closet to make sure that I knew when it was on.
I saw that. Yeah, I like that. That was a good idea.
It's like a 1950s Impala turn signal light or something, or a rat rod, trailer light, or I don't know what it is, but it's 1950s do-ray lens and a Griffin 315 frame.
It was a cool idea.
Yeah, it just passed through, and then I used like some chrome tape and reversed it, and then I made like I cut it off and made a little lip at the bottom to catch the light so that it actually catches the light. So otherwise, if you just put a hole in the wall, it's dark.
Yeah.
So I had to find a way to reflect the light. It was a fun engineering problem.
Nice.
Practical engineering problem.
Yeah.
I bought a GameCube to do a GC loader on, and for those of you who don't know, that's a little SD card you can put ROMs on, and then it just boots off that instead of the CD-ROM or the DVD-ROM drive that's built into those GameCubes. And I bought a cheap one. A friend said, "Hey, look for these. Turns on, but drive doesn't work." So I found one of those for $35, and I rip it apart, and somebody had spilled something inside it. It was corroded and rusted, and so like what should have been a 20-minute project has now been like a 3-day project of evaporust and SOS pads and like all the things you do on an arcade game to try to restore stuff. I've been pulling all the stops for this dumb, stupid little GameCube, and I should just buy a nice one and start over.
I used to mod Xbox, the original Xbox ones, like executor chips.
Oh yeah.
T-SOP flash, the chip on the board.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and then you used to look for the ones with the Samsung drives because those were the best.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another friend of mine, Richard, he did that. He still does it for some people. Fixes because some people still have their old Xboxes.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're all retro now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The PlayStation 3 is retro, for crying out loud.
Ah,
It's 10 years old.
I'm looking at my PlayStation 3. It won't play any DVDs or anything anymore.
Oh, that's sad.
That is sad.
You should look for a replacement drive. Is it a slim?
No, it's a fat. It's right here. You want to look at?
Is it first gen?
It's a first gen. Yeah.
Oh, you should give it to me, and I'll put my drive in it, and then I can have hardware backwards compatibility.
Oh yeah, done. It's yours.
You can put it in the ColecoVision box when I send you the ColecoVision.
Nice.
I saw that I saw a box sitting that I put aside for your ColecoVision yesterday. So, and I took the day off tomorrow. So, because I have to move stuff around to get this pinball in. So I will try to get that. I don't think that's first gen.
What?
It's close to first gen. That's like third gen.
What? No.
I can tell because your faceplate is silver and it's not chrome.
Oh wait, hold on. There's the faceplate.
Yep. Yeah,
That's
if it was first gen, it would be chrome.
Man knows his PlayStations.
All right, we'll talk after the show.
Yeah. Just look up the
You
serial
don't
number.
need it?
I don't need it.
No.
I would probably fix it though. I mean, the DVD drives can't be that expensive on the aftermarket, and they're not hard to take apart.
Yeah. I've got a Vectrex sitting here on the desk. Those are fun.
Yeah. Is that working?
Hey, have we?
Does it
was that?
does it work?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I had one of those.
I've got,
Vectrex the Vectrex has been brought up on this show as much as Exterminator.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There,
Well,
I did
I
it,
saw
Mr. Peabody. I
Billy-
said Exterminator on the show first time
Right.
all season.
Good job.
Well, somebody. Oh, look, Brian's laughing.
Well, Arcade Jason, I think, just put out a video where he has the world's most games multi-cart for the Vectrex that he's putting out.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I got one.
Oh, you did? Nice.
Yeah, I lucked out and got one.
Hey, should we-
Great.
It's pretty slick. The best thing about it is that you can boot right back to the main menu by just hitting the reset button rather than turning it off completely. All the other cards you have to completely turn off the machine, or use a surge protector and flip it on and off.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it works pretty good. He thought it out pretty well.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Hey, I
Pretty cool.
was thinking maybe we should do some news or gadgets or something.
I have articles for all sections.
So I'm thinking like, there's no gadget guy, and I know he
I
wanted to
could
talk
read-
about the slice, but maybe he'll do that on the next show.
Okay, well, we can save that.
Okay. Well, let's go on to the next section.
It's the Arcade News with Adam Stevens.
Yeah, that's me. Please cite source, then read title.
Yes. You're not supposed to read that part.
I just
Brian's here,
Brian, wearing almost the same thing.
living on a PCB.
is he actually here?
He's moving. It has to be him. He's muted though, Brian. You're gonna have to unmute, sir.
Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know if that's better, but can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah.
Too bad he doesn't have that same background from the still we've been showing this whole time.
Oh, what was the background?
Yeah, Exterminator, Play Choice, games.
Where is Brian? I don't see him.
I don't know. You got rid of me. This is my new purchase behind me.
Oh.
Ooh.
Brian's missing from the show.
Brian has the PCB behind him that has numbers and letters on them.
Yeah. So Brian Jones says no, stay muted. I have choice words for Brian Jones, but it's a semi-family show.
Brian is upset that I told him that In-N-Out Burger is not as good as Whataburger. So I'm going to have to keep talking about how bad In-N-Out is throughout the show.
Where are we on the show? And I'm sorry I'm late. This was like, I really do need to go back to the hospital and change my scrubs because I literally just got out of surgery and ran home. And we're gonna stay on this part because that part.
Oh, great! Like Friday the 13th. I see.
You know, it's funny.
It's not that bad, but
okay.
I don't know why Brian's not showing up.
It's still blank. Can they hear him?
Yeah,
I can see him.
I think they can
Oh.
hear him because I can see his his levels, but this is funny. Like I need to remove him and add him again.
Oh, on the YouTube, you can't see him.
Right.
Yeah, it's funny. It's now no one can hear him because I removed him from the show.
Woohoo!
Rightly so.
So what is that PCB, Brian?
Astrac.
Oh, nice.
Astrac. Oh, yes. Of course.
There he is.
Didn't Cop remake those plexi bezels?
He did, but you know, somebody told me a little secret about those, is that they are just the sides of old campers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's just the like window that would show up on old campers. So you can actually buy either the exact same or like a very, very similar type thing readily off the internet.
Yeah, I do that then.
So we're just about to do the news, Brian.
We are.
Yeah. And we
Do
were
it.
gonna do gadgets. We were kind of holding out for gadgets, but we skipped them. I thought you might want to be talking about Slice.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about it for a minute if people want to hear about it.
Well, let me do the news since we already did the queue.
Good, then I'm gonna drink some soda and have like some food. So you do that.
All
All
right.
right. From coolhunting.com, pigs capable of playing arcade games.
Finally.
You're right. Researchers at Penn State determined pigs can play arcade games and simple. God dang it! Now I can't eat bacon. This is ridiculous.
You still can.
Pigs can play arcade games and simple video games with joystick controls using their snouts. The swines, Yorkshire pigs named Hamlet and Omelette, and Penapindo, micropigs Ebony and Ivory, were tasked with directing a small circular cursor into a colored-coded wall. If they completed the challenge, they were rewarded with food, but even when the food dispenser broke during play, the pigs were still compelled to keep going. Success rates varied between the animals, but the experiment provided their ability to understand certain situations and to manipulate a joystick.
Sounds like they were taught to play adventure to me.
Yeah, I'm a little disturbed by this article. I might have to start reading them before I read them.
That's what I do for you. I make these articles that Adam does not, check out before. I've thought about actually putting weird shit into the middle of the article, but I've never done it.
Well, oftentimes I'm reading ahead and paraphrasing along the way most of the time anyway. But, sometimes you get me, like in the show open. That's fun because I rarely read that. And then I'm surprised by what's in there. Okay, this one's from NintendoEnthusiast.com. Playing with Power, the Nintendo Story documentary trailer is here. Earlier this month, it came about that a documentary series about the full story of Nintendo would be coming to a free streaming service, Crackle, on March 1st, with 5 episodes. It comes from director-writer Jeremy Sneed and executive producer Sean Yuss, the famous actor Aston. And now, the Playing with Power, the Nintendo Story trailer is here. I don't have it queued up, so yeah. I will put it into the chat, though. How's that?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, why not?
I gotta find the chat, though. That's always a
I
problem.
don't think I can copy. I'll try.
I think you can. I think,
do it.
didn't I update it so you guys can do that?
I don't know. I have a little wrench. Let's see. I see it. I don't know if anybody else sees it.
Well,
You guys see it?
yeah. If I pop out the chat.
All right. I'm trying to type in the dark.
Do they do this to me on purpose? They change the location of things?
Yes. Intentionally.
Yeah, there you go. Trailer video right there. So anyway, you can watch that. It'll be fun. Brian, you done munching yet? Because I only have one article left. Like he's just like chowing down over there. Hey, I heard that pigs can play video games, Brian.
I heard your article. I was going to ask if they were playing Exterminator.
I already brought it up.
Too late.
I already brought it up. I beat you to it.
That's right. Normally that would be the first mention of Exterminator.
Yep, but now it's not. Timeout.com. This one is from Shinjuku Sega Arcade breaks Guinness World Record for the most crane games. Well, what kind of record is this? So game centers are a popular hangout in Japan. It's like an arcade, right? You could lose hours in there playing endless myriad of fun and addictive arcade games. Last year, Taito Station in Fuchu was recognized by Guinness World Record as the game center with the most number of crane games. My brother is really good at these.
Is he?
Yeah, he's amazing. He can he wins stuff out of them all the time.
Huh.
Yeah, the first couple of floors of all the Japanese arcades are just redemption games and crane games.
Yeah. So also known as UFO catchers here in Japan. However, the Sega Arcade Shinjuku Kabukicho, which reopened last month on December 23rd, 2020, surpassed Taito Station's modest 454 crane game count with a world record of 477 crane games.
Wow.
That's crazy. In a single center. Like, my brother would have to spend $477 probably to get a prize out of every single one of those.
It's really impressive how many of those things they fit in a small space. Because these arcades are very vertical, and so you go in and it's just like floor after floor after floor.
Right.
Of... The other thing that's fun are the basement gachapon.
Yeah.
Games.
Well, and this says in the article, it says you won't find any Mario Kart, Dance Dance Revolution, or first-person shooting games at the Sega Game Center, as it's purely a UFO catcher arcade. It's weird that they call it a UFO catcher. I'm going to call crane games
term.
UFO catcher.
It is.
I'm going to go to the storage unit and look at my UFO catchers.
And now I'm wondering if that's kind of where they got the idea for Toy Story. You know,
oh my God! Did you? So, speaking of Toy Story, this should be in the gadget. What happened to Brian? Oh, he passed a link. They just
he passed
came
a
out.
what?
You know the aliens.
He passed a kidney stone.
The aliens that are in the claw machine. They just came out with this toy where they communicate with Bluetooth. So at the store, you can hit the demo button on one, and it says something like the claw.
The claw.
And then a little light lights up on his head, and then all of the other ones in the store light up and go, oh.
That's awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, there's TikToks and YouTube videos of people doing it, like hundreds of them.
That's funny.
That is a surefire way to sell more than one of those things.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
And people are going to buy like dozens of those just to be able to do that.
Oh,
Smart.
That's brilliant.
I'm gonna buy dozens of them just to do that. I mean, I don't even have a UFO catcher in my house.
Oh man, you gotta get a UFO catcher.
I got a crane recently for free. It was posted, and I instantly messaged them. It was like literally in the same town, and drove and got it, and it was filled with $17 in quarters.
Nice.
And
That's the best.
They paid you to take it.
Yeah, exactly. And it had a product in it. It had a bunch of rare Beanie Babies.
Oh, fun.
Oh,
Fun.
wow.
And not kidding. And so my wife was looking them up, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I need to list these." And I guess some of them are still worth some money.
That's funny.
They're like misprints. It must have been a collector because it was probably like 15, 20 in there. But I gave the crane to a buddy that has location games, and he's going to put it on location.
So let's move on to the next segment, which is backwards this
What
time.
are the magic sources of these?
You know,
What are the magic sources of these?
I always felt that the true stars at Atari was engineering.
Oh, you're an inventor.
Yes, I am.
What have you invented?
A lot of things.
Like?
Like a lot of things. Like things that you've heard of.
Like?
Well, things that you will have heard of, okay? Patents are patented.
Arcade gadgets with Brian
Welcome to the gadget section of the show, the best part of the show, the part that everybody waits for because it's so much better than what's in the juke. Today, I wanted to talk about, well, first of all, I didn't get to say what I've been working on. So I took all of this FPGA Catbox stuff and everything back to Minnesota, gave it to Dave and the guys in the shop, and Dave fixed 5 centipede boards yesterday. So while that's going on, I'm chatting with the guy who made the signature analysis file compiler for the FPGA Catbox. Adam's one of the pigs playing arcade games right now. And somebody give him a reward. So I'm talking to the guy who did the signature analysis stuff, who's Brian King on KLOV. He points me to this thing called Slice. So have you guys seen this? It's been around since October 2019. I sent it off to Adam and Mark, but it's Gadget Freak on the UK VAC forums created this logic probe on steroids. Like, imagine HP comparator, but instead of having to like put the little chip in and do the comparison, you clip this on, plug it into your computer, and your computer analyzes that chip to tell you if it's doing what it should be doing. Not only does it do that, it can read the signature on every pin on that chip on your board.
No way.
So tell us what that means.
So you can do basically a signature analysis to see if the logic coming from the CPU going to whatever path. It's really well established in like Atari games. They lay this all out on like, this is the signature you should see at this point in order to see if the logic is being communicated properly. This allows you to look at all of the gates at once as opposed to just one gate at a time, which is what people normally do with the logic probe.
But the interesting thing about it is that the software knows what the TTL is supposed to be doing, or what the chip's supposed to be doing, right?
Right. And so in combination, so the software will look at so taking a step back, normally logic probes, you put them on a gate, you see if the gate is active, if it's stuck high, stuck low, and then you have to guess as to what it should be doing at that point. This will look at the inputs and the outputs and see if the inputs are matching the outputs of what that chip should be doing. So yes, it will analyze to see if the chip is reacting the way it should be to the appropriate signals it's receiving.
And it draws a neat little picture up there and shows you each leg and what they're supposed to be doing. And then on the bottom, it'll have like an output of its functions and whether or not they're working, and if there's been any errors. It's
really fascinating. Evidently, these are not cheap. The unit is 275 British pounds. 15 pounds shipping. Yeah, I mean, that's just the unit. Then you have to buy the $200 FPGA system.
Ooh.
So
it's like $1,000.
Time machine part's expensive.
Yeah. It's $1,000.
No, it's not $1,000. Where do you get $1,000 from?
Well, it's would you say how many pounds?
280 British. So it's 280 British pounds shipped. So it's $390 plus $200 for the FPGA here. So it's $600.
They're not double the American dollar anymore.
No.
Well, that's good.
That's what Brexit gets you.
If you're in Canada, it's $1,000.
Well, if you're in Canada, I was, when I was looking at this, I'm like, damn it, why couldn't this guy be in Canada? It'd be like $10. I'd be out the door. My grandmother used to. So my whole family's Canadian. My grandmother used to go nuts. I'd pick up Canadian 20s and be like, "Is this your Kleenex?" Oh, she got so mad. You probably have some listeners right now who are swearing at me too.
Yeah,
but anyways,
I know I am.
This thing is really, it really is amazing. So the setup we had for
banana bread
boards made this incredibly easy. I'm gonna try getting one of these. I will report back on what we see with it. But it looks like it has a lot of potential, and they're adding to it. The other thing that's interesting is I was chatting with Fred, who's doing the FPGA Catbox. And for those of you who are interested, I would definitely go check that out if you like working on boards. He is incorporating logic into his FPGA Catbox where if the memory chip is bad, it will automatically lead you into the signature analysis section that traces to that memory chip. So if your memory chip tests good on your tester, but it's coming up bad in the logic port, you can go back and track the chips and figure out what's wrong.
Oh my god, I'm so bored right now.
Well, if you
I thought there was something on your ceiling.
if you understood any of this, it might be interesting, but that's okay.
I do like that.
Oh my gosh,
like
we lost like
automated
12
figuring out
users.
What's wrong? Yeah.
The chatters keep dropping like flies when Brian talks.
Still got 21.
Brian Jones is fully engaged right now.
That's what she said.
That's what she said.
I thought you were about to say he was fully erect, but whatever.
When you say Brian, Brian Jones, Jones is fully
erect,
engaged.
about 4'6" tall, around there.
Wow, this
sorry.
show took a turn.
We're professionals.
We're
Yeah.
downhill.
Meanwhile,
So-
5 years.
Jeff's whole family is now disconnected from the show.
Those are all the chatters that bailed.
Jeez.
Sorry, guys.
Well, this show was good until like 2 minutes ago.
So if you guys want to post the link to the thing Adam doesn't understand into the chat, because I can't do it, that'd be great.
Yeah, you can.
And yeah, if you've got any questions.
Yeah, I gave you permission to put stuff in
No,
there.
for some reason it doesn't let me do it. I'll try it.
Mark did it. He's capable.
I did it.
Oh, did that show up?
I'm looking. No, I don't see anything yet.
Yeah. But are you logged in as Brian or are you logged in as Arcade Radio?
Brian.
You have to assume the Arcade Radio role.
Oh, I logged in as my Meet the Time Runners moniker.
Well, I'll have to fix that for you, Brian. You should have mentioned it earlier.
No love.
I'll paste it. I'll go do that.
Cool.
See, D. Norman watches the show for gadgets. Boom.
Boom.
Now listen. Okay, yeah. So there is another gadget in the thing, but we don't have time for it right now.
Nah, that's fine.
I mean, it's almost 8 o'clock. We're cutting into.
Late.
We're cutting into Jeff's time.
Is Jeff still awake?
Plus, I have him halfway off the screen, so it's like we're just gonna cut Jeff out of the scene here. He's gonna have his. Why didn't anybody tell me he was off the screen? Jeff's like,
I mean,
I'm over here. Oh, that's funny.
It's okay.
I think we should go to the Back to the Cade.
Back in '82, I used to be able to throw a pigskin quarter mile.
Back to the cave with
Why is everything so in the future?
Is there a problem with the Earth's gravitational pull?
Hey, kids! Welcome
Keep
to
screamers.
Back to the Cave.
In case you didn't hear that, he said, "Hey, kids."
You can't hear me? I thought you were translating. So, with that article about the 477 UFO catchers being in Guinness, I was wondering, what did they do as far as capturing video game scores, and when did that stop? So, I looked it up, and here's what I found out. On July 25th, 1983, Adam went to the bathroom. Wait, no. Twin Galaxies established the professional U.S. national video game team, or the U.S. NVGT, the first such with Walter Day, of course, as the team captain. The U.S. NVGT toured the United States during the summer of '83 in a 44-foot GMC bus filled with arcade games, appearing at arcades around the nation and conducting the 1983 Video Game Masters Tournament, the results of which were published in the '84 U.S. edition of Guinness World Records. Under the direction of Walter Day, he functioned as an assistant editor. This beer is really good. An assistant editor for the Guinness Book in charge of video game scores. They gathered annually. The results were published in their 84 and 86 editions of the Guinness Book. In September '83, they actually visited the Italian and Japanese embassies, but in Washington, D.C., so, that was not that hard. And they issued challenges for an international video game championship. They actually called out Europe and said, "Hey, we'll kick your ass, Europe. Come on over here." And so ultimately in '87, they toured Europe where they defeated a team of UK video game superstars who went home and cried. Every month between 91 and 94, the U.S. publication Electronic Gaming Monthly pushed a full-page high-score table, but it wasn't that actually went beyond what Guinness Book did. In '88, they dropped all publishing records from Twin Galaxies due to a decline in interest for arcade games, and that is our Back to the Cade, and now you know. And then now a star, if you're watching the podcast. Hey everybody, welcome to What's in the Juke, Season 5. It's the game within a podcast. I love that song. Today we'll be playing some songs from an album that Adam picked out of The Air, which sounded pretty good. Originally, we were going to have songs from The Matrix, but we totally weren't ready for that, so maybe that'll happen another time. If you can guess that song title, you will receive
half point.
a half. That's right. If you recognize the artist, you will also receive
Half point.
If you can guess both that title and artist, you will receive the ultimate.
Full point.
There you go! If you don't know either phrase, please fight it out amongst yourselves. Thanks. And now the fighting's over, let's begin.
Good.
That's right. And I am your DJ for tonight, so here's your first track. Let's see if anybody gets that. That's 4 seconds. And we'll probably get flagged.
See if I add flourishes to the song, I think it.
Someone's probably got it by now. Mr. Peabody, probably.
I see Here I Go Again by Brian Jones.
And White
From
Snake by Mr. Peabody.
Nice.
That is correct. That means they each get a half point.
Half point.
Right.
I've been playing this for a while. I know how it works. Okay, here comes your next track. It's funny. It's only in the left speaker.
Yeah.
You got to play a little longer.
Maybe that'll trick the algorithms.
Somebody will get it.
I hear it on the Skype.
Yeah, no, but it's probably mono on Skype or through OBS. But it doesn't matter. That's how it was. It is Great White, and the song is Mr. Peabody. Once Bitten is half the song title. Twice Shy. Oh.
Half point.
Oh, I can have a full point for that.
Full point.
For Mr. Peabody. Is that right?
Full point to Mr. Peabody. Good job.
I think so.
Good. I did math. Mr. Peabody in the lead.
Excellent. I'm going to play the middle of this song now. Because I don't. Brian, do you know that one?
Do I know that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, Brian knows it.
How many times have I seen them in concert?
I don't know. I wouldn't admit it.
Oh, Susan is at every hair band concert we can go to.
I want to make a hair band joke right now, but it's not appropriate or nice. So I'm not going to make it. It is 17 spelled out, but Brad Holman got it first with the 1-7. So, and Winger is correct, Mr. Peabody. So half point for those fellas.
Actually,
half point.
Did somebody else get Winger?
No,
Okay.
I got a great picture with Kip.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Winger, isn't that the T-shirt that the nerdy kid wears on Beavis and Butthead? Or is that some other band?
Probably.
Oh my God! I'm using my MacBook microphone. Shit. Hold on.
Yeah, I guess you do sound a
Wait a minute.
little tinny. It's like, why is... I thought you just sounded drunk the whole night. Here comes your next track. Is that enough, or do I need to play more? Oh, now I played
That's
the...
enough.
I played the...
That's a great show, by the way.
Which part?
The song or the...
talk?
No, actually, the new band, like he's touring solo. It's a really good show.
How solo?
It is Nobody's Fool, and it is Cinderella.
And, okay.
Who got that?
I'm
Brian
still
Jones?
marveling.
Half point.
I now have a mic.
I think Susan made Eric Brittingham's day when she recognized him in the airport.
Full
Went up to him,
point.
was like, "Will you take a picture with me?"
Brian Jones got a full point on that one.
Good job, Brian.
All right, here comes your next song. I'm going to play this, and I'm not going to change the intro. It's just what you get.
Good luck.
There you go.
The Entertainer. No.
It is The Entertainer. No, it's not.
Do I sound any better?
Yes. Well, I guess that's subjective.
Ah, damn it. Let's see how it goes. I'm gonna put some crazy stuff in the next show notes.
Okay. That was Sister Christian.
Brian Jones, the full point.
Again. That's 2 in a row, isn't it?
All right.
Yes.
Good
Can we
job.
shut his
Full
channel
point.
down? He cannot win.
Brian Jones is like hairband in and out here tonight. Okay. We'll play this next track.
I went to a party last Saturday night.
Oh, you don't hear that very
Didn't get
often.
laid. I got in a fight.
Chorus. Have you ever been to a party and gotten into a fight? Anybody? Anyone here? Anybody? No? No. Okay, never mind.
No. I've only seen it in movies.
I held some girl's hand and then she did not like that. That was about it.
Mr. Peabody
There's
typed
the doc.
Lita B. Ford. Lita B. Ford. He must know her middle name.
Nice.
Brian Jones got Lita Ford first. And why does he say he's banned from winning anyway? Oh, did I ban him from winning or did Brian?
No.
I don't remember.
It's just an understanding.
Right.
The song is "Kiss Me Deadly," so that was Mr. Peabody. So half point
Okay,
for
great.
those guys.
Half point.
All right, this one we played like numerous times, but you have to play it. You just do. This is so exciting! Oh my gosh!
Oh, by the way, I
What?
listened to us on the YouTube. It's perfectly stereo.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah!
Burrito commercial.
Or, yeah, in a microwave or something.
Geico.
Somebody must have got it from the Rumble before the song actually started. Brian Jones with Final Countdown. He must be like way ahead of everybody. Europe. Full point.
Yeah. We
Full
have to
point.
look at just for general relativity with him.
I think we're going to switch to Facebook streaming.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. And then I can actually do 2 streams at once.
I remember why you're laughing like you're lying.
No,
Did that for Twitch.
we did that for we did that. Oh, jeez. We were doing Twitch and YouTube for a while, but that company started charging for the privilege to do that.
Oh.
So, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't need to. But I thought Twitch and Facebook might be good options. I don't know. Everyone's so used to YouTube. All these, our regular listeners, the ones that come here and
Maybe
listen
we
live.
go live on TikTok. That'd be fun.
Except for they don't let you do that. Not for.
Well, I'll tell you though,
It'd be a
we should be
60-second
worried
show.
about Facebook. I can't get onto Facebook right now.
What
Should I pull
happened?
it up? I don't know.
You
It
banned
won't. It won't even pull up.
All right.
DP shots? What?
Here comes your next track.
So classic.
That is. I'm wondering if we did these once, like first season.
Not in this set.
Okay. I mean, if somebody were to actually do a little Googling, they could probably find the whole list because it's off one album.
Oh, don't tell me.
Isn't that the prize at the end?
No, that was when we were going to do the Matrix soundtrack.
Oh. Dio is correct. It is Rainbow in the Dark. So
Rainbow in the dark.
So that's
Mr. Peabody got Dio. Like,
yeah, and he got the title of the track, right?
Full point.
Yeah.
Right on the teeth of Brian Jones. That's a weird way to describe it. Brad Holman holding in third place with 0.5. Is nobody else trying? Come on.
They're all pissed off because of the leg. Here you go. Ugh.
Yeah. Everybody.
I don't know why Mr. Peabody typed that, but it's funny.
I love tweets. Oh, no, wait. That's not what it says.
No, it doesn't.
I don't know what
Rainbow something something. Wuss Rock. LA Guns is correct. Mr. Peabody.
Oh, he pulled into the... He's tied.
But he doesn't have the name of the song.
No. Icky. No.
Icky is all right, Brad Holman.
I do like Wuss Rock.
That is right. That's the name of the song?
Yeah, Wuss Rock is the right name. Give Joe Drosten a half point.
Half point.
Drosten finally on the board with pity points.
Yeah, just so you guys know, that was Ballad of Jane. Jayne.
Mr. Peabody just stepped in with that. I think he gets credit because there's got to be too much of a leg.
All right, we'll give him a full point.
Full point.
Yep.
All right, so full point for him, half point for Joe Drosten, and a half point for Icky.
Okay, got it. It does not change the standings necessarily, but okay.
All right, here comes your last track. This is. I'm gonna be shocked if somebody gets this right away. It definitely not like in the top 10 top 40.
But definitely, like, they would play this at the skating rink.
Really?
Oh yeah.
What's skating rink?
You know what a skating rink is? You put skates on your legs and then you hit the chair.
But
with
that's
your
not
knee,
important
and
right now.
The police come and then what?
But that's not important right now. New Thing is correct, Mr. Peabody. Did you find the album? He probably has the album. New Thing is correct, and the song is, or the artist is not Extreme, not Firehouse, not Rat.
Not Aha. Metropolis in the lead. No way, no.
Not Journey.
Journey.
Well, there's a lot of not answers are correct.
Yes,
It's by
I don't know.
enough.
You're gonna get
Is enough.
negative points for not answers. I think.
Enough's enough is what it is. Enough's enough.
What is it?
Enough's enough.
All right.
Chip.
I think we're just gonna call it there.
Okay. What are you gonna call it?
Well, Mr. Peabody He won.
He
With
won.
5 points. He won. Wide area networked it. Brian Jones in second place, 4 points. Brad Holman with 1 point, and Joe Drosten with a half pity point. Good job, Joe.
With a half pity point.
Fourth place, where you get a pat on the back and a hearty hi ho.
Tune in next week when you'll hear. Yep, next week it'll be all Twisted Sister.
Nice. Maybe we'll put my sister on the show as the guest host.
That was What's
all
in the
of our
Juke.
sisters on. There is a voicemail.
I was just noticing
so-
there's a voicemail.
There is a voicemail. Is there a voicemail? There's a voicemail. I enjoy using the microphone in front of my face.
I think what's funny is I think your mic is making you sound real slow, Mark, for some reason. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
I am. I've aged 5 years since we started the show.
Thank you for calling 612-548-GAME. This is Arcade Radio. Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey, everybody. It's your buddy, Bob Zarzadek, control panel expert and technician. I'm watching the Wheel of Fortune. It's really good. It's just like a circle. They spin, and it's got numbers on it and money. And there's a lady, like a little grandma, turning the wheel, the letters, whatever. It's good, man. You gotta check it out. I've never heard of this show. It's like my first time. Wow, man. Okay, yeah, I just want to let you guys know about this new show. So, you should check it out. I'm giving you a recommendation, the Bob Zarzadek seal of approval. That's right. Every week I'm going to give you a seal of approval, and I'm going to try to, be real good at that seal, because seals get a bad rap, you know what I'm saying? Especially that one that married that model chick. All right, you guys, hey, take care. I got to take off now, Zarzadek out.
Wow. That was all over the place, man.
Well, he took a while to hang up that time.
Yeah, and I don't know if you heard it, but that Wheel of Fortune puzzle, I think I heard arcade hockey machine in an arcade game or something. Did you? I'll have to listen to it with forensic equipment after the show.
Yeah, well, you know what we should do? We should have a forensic analysis of his voicemail.
Yes. Or what I really like is when you read what the voicemail said according to Google's, transcriber.
And money, and there's a little lady, like a little grandma, turning the wheel on the letters, whatever.
That's it?
Okay, yeah, I just want to let you guys know about this new show, so you know you should check it out. I'm giving you a recommendation, the Bob Arsenic seal of approval. That's right. Every week I'm going to give you a seal of approval, and I'm going to try to be real good at that field, because seals get a bad rap, you know what I'm saying. Especially the one that married that model chick. All right, you guys, take care. I got to take off there. THEIR. You know the girl. That's not as good as some of the other ones.
Oh, yeah, they've been terrible before. So, when he calls from jail, it's so distorted. It's just...
Yeah. Those are good.
He needs to go back to jail.
So... Hey, welcome Jeff Willard Jr. to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
What?
Go home.
Who, me?
But I just got here.
Yeah. I don't know how the interview tab got moved to before Back to the Cade, but I fixed it. So.
Well, apparently I'm the only one that can paste stuff in the chat.
Evidently. You've locked the rest of us out.
Well, actually, Mark can do it.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah, I did it.
Let me start pasting inappropriate things in the chat. Just a minute. I'll be right back.
All right, I'm just going to paste this link in the chat because it's going to help. It's a visual aid. We like visual aids on this show. Tonight we're having visual aids on this show.
Oh, that sounds odd.
It does sound a little odd. There multiple visual aid.
Yeah, I pasted it in my favorite Dropbox link. Let's see what everybody says.
Here. The bottom one, Photos app, Google.
Jones, is Paradise Arcade Shop low as far as stock goes? Is that true?
On what?
I don't know.
Just in general?
I don't know.
So, Jeff Willard Jr., welcome to the show. I just pasted a big pile of pictures into the chat.
All right, Jeff. Get ready to be grilled.
Is it true?
Sure.
Let me, first
Is
of all,
that your Wizard of War? Did you steal it? Go.
exactly.
It's mine.
All right, let's start with that. Why Wizard of War?
I love the speech. I like the Astrocade boards. I don't know. I like the multiplayer feature.
So, but that's your favorite game, is it not?
What was it? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Do you have like fond memories of it, or is it just because it's the game that it is?
I don't really have fond memories of it. It just it was one of my first restorations, and when I got it running, I heard that speech for the first time.
Sure.
I was just hooked, and I like that. I got my wife to play it with me, so that was fun. So yeah, I like the co-op. So.
All right. The next question I want to jump to is if you're playing along in the chat, there is. I'm going to drop an image in here. This is of Jeff Willard Jr.'s mousetrap restoration. It's too long. It won't fit in the chat.
That's what she said. Ah.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those.
When you say that's too long,
do you mean that in a sexual way? I had another running gag I was going to do, but I forgot it because I drank.
That's what she said. Works just fine. Anyway, if you look in the picture link, there's a mousetrap restoration, and it's unbelievable. Where did you first of all, did you restore the control panel, or did you end up with new art?
No, that's the original. So I found some stuff called Back to Black. That's a vinyl restore, actually at O'Reilly's, and it works incredibly well. It makes the vinyl more supple. It's not like Armor All or anything like that.
Sure.
It's much better. It lasts a long time. I just scrubbed it with a magic eraser and then rubbed in some of that Back to Black, and that's original.
That's pretty cool. I'm still waiting on my reproduction CPO, unfortunately.
Yeah.
The other thing that I noticed is that it has the blue ball top, which, for those that don't know, Exidy made a facsimile of the, I guess, Ballet Midway or Namco joystick.
Right. It's a weird, pretty close approximation.
It's
right?
almost exact. Like if you look at the specs, they pretty much just copied it. So a lot of people put Pac-Man joysticks in their mousetrap or whatever, or they've replaced them with micro switches or whatever. But I rarely see the blue ball top. I know Dan Reed has a blue ball top XD joystick in his Journey machine.
I know in junior I had blue balls all the time. So,
well, I do have a question about that one, Jeff. Do you have a single door? Or no, you do have the double door on the left side.
Yep.
I'm trying to.
I have not. I have one with a single door.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
and
have
it actually has
a door, and it has Exidy imprinted on it.
Yeah.
How did you get to the PCB from the back?
No, it's a single door that opens up the whole length there, and it's got Exidy imprinted on it.
Yep, that's a.
Oh yeah. That's the standard. It's just been welded together essentially by that Exidy plate.
Yep.
No, I have it's not even welded. It's not a plate. It's like one door, and it's stamped into it.
I have to go look at mine. Maybe mine's like that.
I've never seen another one like it. I've been trying to find it. I'm looking at, Jeff, your restorations are like, what got you into actually restoring games?
Yeah.
I mean, we all collect, but like, what tripped one day and you're like, you know what I want to do? I want to spend like hours of my life making these things look pretty.
Growing up, my dad restored cars, and he owned a fab shop, and so I kind of got into restoration that way. And when I don't know, I've been restoring our arcade games for probably 8 years or so, and I don't know, I started fixing them, and just got it hooked and it just spiraled out of control. Just pretty much.
No idea how that happens. Never seen it.
So I'm interested in the side art too on this machine. So you didn't save the old side art?
No, actually, I peeled it off and sent it to Dan Soulsby at Escape Pod, and he scanned it and did a great job.
Okay.
I couldn't find it anywhere else. I know it was available at a couple places, but it was out of stock.
Yeah.
And so I was able to just peel that completely off and got it scanned and remade.
And I like that you went with the orange T-molding.
Yeah, I thought I'd try something a little different.
Matches the cat.
It pops for sure. I thought maybe pink would look good, but I think the orange, matches the cat nicely.
I'm gonna do red on mine, because when I bought it from a guy in Wisconsin, and it had red, I think, protector tape over the T-molding that had never been removed.
Oh wow!
So it looked like red T-molding.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then I took it off, and now it looks like crap. So I have red T-molding ready for mine. And all my parts have been powder coated. It's ready to go back together. Did you have to buy a new bezel? That one looks pretty scratched up.
No, I polished it out with Novus.
Yep, 321.
Very nice.
Yeah, it worked pretty well.
You must have had to start with 3. Did you just use a standard buffer, or?
Yeah, just a standard buffer, for a car, and go over it, and worked really well. This one, I'm thinking back on this one. The linear was out on this, and the transformer was burned up. It has some weird voltages for the audio.
Yeah.
I found a power supply out of a what's it called? The Millionaire. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire arcade. The switcher on that has a weird, a -12.
Oh.
And so I used that.
Cool.
And it worked great.
And which revision of ROMs do you have in that thing?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay. Still, I love that game. It's a fun game.
Yeah, I do too.
Did you LED the button the buttons on it, or?
No, I just put the standard bulbs back in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I noticed they're not lit. I can't remember if they don't light up in tracked or what, but.
Yeah, I don't know. I ended up putting just standard. I think maybe 1 or 2 worked, but yeah, I just put standard incandescents in it.
Sweet. All right, I'll stop bugging about your mousetrap. I would like to actually know the story about. If you all look down at the bottom 2 rows of the pictures that were sent out, there are 3 or 4 pictures, I think 5, of some computer spaces that are identical. They're 2 of the same double joystick computer space games.
Oh,
Nutting and Associates. How in the heck did you come across these?
so cool.
Yeah, so that's probably the best find I've ever had. I had a buddy that was picking at this warehouse, and he said, "Dude, are these rare?" And he sent me a picture, and literally 5 minutes from my work, and I said, "Where are you at? I want to be there right now." And he said, "I'm downtown," and I said, "Oh my God, I'm highly interested in those." And he said, "Okay, well, I don't know if he wants to sell them or not, but I'll let you know." So he gave me the guy's information, and I immediately called him and I said, "Hey, I'd love to come see those green computer spaces you have." He's like, "Oh, I just left, I just locked up, and so I'm not going to be back for a while." And I was like, "Oh man, well, when can I come see him?" And he's like, "Oh, we'll sync up." And 2 months went by.
Whoa!
Back and forth. "Oh, I got to mow my yard. Oh, I've got to go do this. I've got
Oh,
to."
no.
I have a rash.
Yeah. So I figured it was never going to happen. I could never sync back up with him. And then that friend that tipped me off was back out there getting some monitors and some other stuff from him, and said, "Hey, he's here." And so I can't afford them. And they weren't ridiculous. I got a deal on them, and I just
$50 a piece.
Both. And
less than 10,000. Oh, okay.
What was that?
They're
less than 10,000.
$50 each.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I'll be honest. I think I paid $3,000 for both.
That's a good deal.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I love that it has I don't know that they all have this, but this model has a bottle opener on the front.
Yeah. That's the coin return, but
It looks like a bottle opener.
It does. It really does. So I found the funny story too. I found 2 paint thinner cans in them.
Weird.
And I was like, what are these? And they didn't have any, insignia or logo on it. And come to find out that those were the factory coin buckets, paint thinner cans.
Oh my gosh!
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I left those in them. Obviously, one of them almost worked, and then the other one needed some logic level repair. And I sold one to a buddy. Opened a huge arcade in Nashville called Game Terminal, and he's got it over in the corner, and it's pretty much working. It's good.
Sweet.
And then the other one I kept for a while, and somebody offered me, a ridiculous amount of money, and so I ended up selling it. And he's going to put it in a museum too, so they're both on display for the public.
That's good.
Which is good.
Yeah. I mean, I love that you took a picture of the back with the Nutting and Associates stamp on it. And
Yeah, there's a lot of night, and the glitter, just gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were in amazing shape. They'd been in that building for like 24, 25 years.
Wow.
Something like that. And before that, they were like in a shed or something, and so I mean they had been on location for a very short period of time.
I do like how you look at the back door cutout, and it like looks like it was chewed out at the top. It's like the line is not straight at all.
Yeah,
yeah.
The door's that way too. So they molded the door into it and then cut it with, it looks like with a jigsaw.
Yeah.
That's
It's
crazy.
like a scrolling saw. They're like, some guy had a few beers, a little this way, that way.
It's close enough, yeah. As long as it shuts.
I'm imagining Nolan back there with a saw.
Yeah, exactly.
I get this thing. I'll get it open. And I love that they just have a TV thrown in there. I mean, it was the first.
Yeah.
And they used to call them TV games.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's probably my most exciting find. It was a lot of fun.
What's the first game you restored?
Wizards of War?
Trying to think. A Nintendo Popeye.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. The first 2 games that I got were a Galaga Cabaret and a T2 the arcade game. And I wouldn't really say I restored them. I fixed them both. They both had issues, and I fixed them. And then the next one I got was a Nintendo Popeye, and it was really clean. I just used a magic eraser on it and scrubbed it, learned about recapping monitors, recapped the monitor, and
that's not a fun one to learn on.
No, it was not. Sanyo, Sanyos are not fun.
That's like, and it's not like they're terribly difficult, but it is because you have to get them apart.
Exactly.
Getting the chassis out is the worst thing on that. It's like you cut up your arms and all kinds of good stuff. All right, I'm going to bring this up because I recognize a game in here, and Mark might also. You have a Frisky Tom in there.
That's the whole story.
So another buddy, actually the same buddy, tipped me off on this about a storage unit in town that this guy had quite a few games, and he was wanting to get rid of them, and messaged me, and I traded a Sea Witch for this, and I don't remember 7 or 8 other games, and this one immediately obviously caught my eye, and come to find out, this came over on a ship, like a Navy ship from Japan, and somebody did some research and looked, and like this was the same one, the same game that was on Claw. It's like probably the only one in the United States, and it's it's incredible. It's a really cool game in great shape, and I was going to restore it and fix it. I got all the art for it. I got an extra monitor. The monitor has been gone over. The PCB plays blind, plays out of the game. There's some kind of issue with the wiring, but another guy came and was dropping off a couple for me and saw it, and he had to have it. And I was like, well, that's just one less project. I'll sell it to him, and I was nice and sold it to him. And then come to find out, somebody here else on the show bought it.
I know. I was like, somebody said Frisky Tom, and I'm like, oh, I have a Frisky Tom, and it has an extra monitor and some artwork, and I don't know where it came from because I'm not supposed to talk about it. And so, how bizarre!
Wait, you didn't know where yours came from?
No, Brett is a guy that he's like a shipper, and he was like my middleman. And so I basically thought, I know I didn't buy it from him. He just had it.
He brokered the deal.
He did. Well, yeah. Well, he kept poking at me with, hey, I know that you have money. And I'm like, what? Who said that? And he's like, come on, it's really rare and it's red. And I'm like, I don't know. And then I gave him money, and then that was it. So it's in storage. Arcadiology helped. He was there actually at the storage unit. It's in Conroe, Texas. Exactly like you have it pictured. Nothing looks different. The door swings open still. Yeah. I'm assuming I just need to get a lock or a switch on there. But yeah, I have. It's also a project, but I plan to bring it up here into my house once I have water and all the amenities, and then give it a shot. So yeah, I love. What's that?
I was gonna say you brought this up on the show.
Thank you so much for selling it. I mean, I'm honored. I will. I also am going to open an arcade/museum, so this is definitely going in.
So
yeah.
So the irony of this is, I saw when Jeff got this.
Yeah.
And I was drooling over it.
Right.
And then you said you got it, and I'm like, oh my God, how did I miss that? And I figured this was all known. And I'm like,
no,
I gotta.
It's. Well, it just seems like, it was just the right time for Brett to ask you, and then it was just the right time for him to, talk to me. But
yeah, I was at the time, I was trying to downsize. I had two, I do all this out of my third bay in my garage. I need a shop so bad, and, I have to set up a makeshift paint booth. And so I was like, you know what? He was drooling on it, and I said, yeah, I'll sell it. I didn't really want to, but it's just one of those things, I'll let somebody else enjoy it. I'm really happy to hear that you got it, Mark.
Awesome.
Great.
Yeah, so it's going to join these three guys, at least while it's in the house, before I have Space-Time Junction figured out. So you have lifetime membership to Space-Time Junction.
All right. Sounds good.
So what is your favorite restore that you've done?
I think I like my Wizard of War. That was one that I was converted to. It was super dodgeball. I think it was red, and I'd always wanted a.
God.
Yeah. I always wanted a Wizard of War and found it. I had a lot of the parts, and from some buddies sold me the rest of the parts, and I went all out on that. Got the right paint code, sprayed it, and then I even did the speckles, the flex.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, really took my time on it.
What did you do for the control panel? Is it an overlay? Is it an original? Because the art in the front looks great.
It still has the silk screen front, and overlay, and yeah.
And what? And so just a little, whatever. Shout out to John's Arcade Style. What is the biggest disaster you've had restoring them?
Brown paint.
He has those bloopers where he does stuff, and it's just like, oh my God.
This paint is brown.
40-part video.
I think I only messed up one time. I mean,
it's brown.
There's nothing I've done that I haven't completely messed up where I couldn't fix it. But I think a couple times I've installed some art when I was drunk or something, or had a couple of beers, and I just would wad it up in a ball and throw it in the trash, And that's happened a couple times, but that was, probably 6-7 years ago. And then after that, I learned to be patient and to not drink before I install some side art.
Yes. Did you have any inspiration for collecting? Did you actually watch John's Arcade, or was there anything that inspired you? Or
no, it was just the bug bit, and
right.
Yeah, I used to go to Aladdin's Castle when I was a kid, and loved the sounds, and just absolutely love the just bring them back, and deconvert.
Right.
And I love deconverting them. I think one of the first things that inspired me was I was told I got a converted food fight, and I was told, oh, that's stupid. I said I'm going to convert it back. No, that's stupid. You won't be able to do it. It's going to be more expensive. And that just that challenge was like, oh, you watch me, and I did it, and then so ever since I've been kind of trying to challenge myself. Here recently I did the iRobot, and thanks to Brian, I found the power supply for that. And I thought I was never going to find that power supply, but that's part of the fun, is tracking down the parts.
How'd you find a food fight board set on joystick?
Oh, I got that from Eldorado Games.
Wow.
So I live 30 minutes from Eldorado Games.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Nice.
I'm very good friends with the owners, and I'm also close to Eugene Marsh, here. So I've got some techs. So if nothing I can fix, then one of them can fix it.
Yeah.
And so yeah, they're a good source. Great guys.
Eugene Marsh has a pretty good reputation in the community for fixing stuff.
Oh yeah, he does.
He's also kind of an odd bird, so.
He's different, and I'll say that. Before COVID hit, we were in pinball league together too. He's funny. He's a character.
I bet.
Yeah.
There was another one here. I saw a Donkey Kong, a red Donkey Kong that was a Mario Brothers.
Yes.
So
yeah, I got that.
I
got
wonder
that from an operator.
Yeah.
And it was 7 slot. It was still early one, but I always wanted a red Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
And when I saw it, I was instantly drawn to it, and I think I paid $150 for the cab, and
that's an awesome deal.
that was one that had money in it too.
Yeah.
I had quite a bit of money in the, and I had like $30-40 in quarters, and
I love those stories.
Oh yeah, deconverted it back to Donkey Kong, and rest is history on that. I just recently sold that. I didn't really want to, but I'm really limited on space. My wife delegates me to one room, so I can have maybe 6-8 uprights and then maybe 6 or 8 pinballs. So I can't complain, but I do rotate them out a lot. I have a lot in storage, and just rotate out what I want to play.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now there's a very odd picture. There's a couple odd pictures.
Yeah.
You must have went to somebody's house to pick up something, and there's all this McDonald's stuff in there, including like 2 full-size McDonald's costumes, presumably from like the actors, in a freezer.
So that was my first operator buyout. It was probably 7 or 8 years ago. I go to this house. It was listed on Craigslist. It was a Defender. And it was like $100, and I needed the monitor. I could tell the game was all blown out and nasty, and dang cat. So I walked down there, and there's this in their basement, and there's a sea of arcade games, and I was like, oh wow, I hit the jackpot, and I ended up becoming friends with the lady. Her dad was getting out of the operating and running routes, and was getting too old, and so I bought I think 17 or 18 games from her, and they had a hot tub in the same room. So some of these had white mold, and a hot tub inside the house, and so some of these had some white mold in them, but not too bad. But anyway, they also had a whole other edition, and I was walking by, and I happened to see this Hamburglar costume, and I said, what is this? And she's like, oh, this is my mom's McDonald's memorabilia wing of the house. And I said, I've got to hear about this. So yeah, those were actual real props and costumes from McDonald's. This lady was a McDonald's nut, and it was probably 800 to 1,000 square feet of just nothing but McDonald's memorabilia.
It's crazy.
Probably worth some of that stuff's probably worth some bucks, but it was odd. And I said, what are you going to do with all this? And she's like, I guess have an auction. I don't know.
That's funny. There's like a McDLT box buried in there. Remember the McDLT? Keep the hot side hot and the cool side cool.
You know, that was Jason Alexander from Seinfeld in that commercial.
Was it really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
if you
I
check
didn't
out
know
that video, yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, and
That's pretty
Hamburglar
cool.
was my favorite, except for when he got eyes. I liked him better without eyes.
I liked Evil Hamburglar.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Because they changed him to be like happy, and I'm like, this is.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Brian.
So there's a couple questions in the chat. The
Yes,
first
sir.
one is from Brian Jones. Can't believe I'm asking a Brian Jones question.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh! And did
Does-
he win tonight too?
Does your wife know about this storage?
Yes, very much so. And I don't remember. I don't think I remember saying this, but she does. I told her that I would be rid of it in a year, and it's been 18 months, I think, a year and a half or so. So
Maybe it's like a year on Mars or Jupiter or some of those slower planets.
exactly, yeah.
And then the other question was, talk about this Inferno restoration you did. 'Cause
Yes.
that is not a game you see every day.
Yeah, it's so that was cool. I got the board set, and I was like, I've done it before where I've got a board set and just built a game around the board set. So I got the board set, and then Brad Radel did those Inferno joystick or Blaster joystick reproductions, and they're amazing. They're really good, really great quality, and I ended up getting a couple of those, and I was like, I'm gonna build one of these. Got the art, and had a buddy that builds repro cabs named Michael Typaldos. Does a great job on cabs. I brought him a joust, and I said, hey, I want you to duplicate this, but the monitor angle is going to be different. I'm going to do pretty rare gain, and I got some measurements from some buddies that had actually real Inferno cabs, two friends. And they gave me some measurements and angles and pictures and to go off of, and I tried to duplicate it as best I could, and I think it turned out pretty nice. Luckily, my dad, was a retired welder and fabricator, so we built. I have access to all of his equipment, and the hardest part was definitely the control panel. So it was metal. I used an arcade shop blank, and put the CPO on. I didn't install it, but I taped it on. Used the center punch to punch the holes, and then drill and hole saw the holes out, and then welded studs for the joysticks from on the underside, and then installed the overlay. But yeah, it looks really nice. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's a neat game too. I don't know if you guys have played it. There's one at Helping Ghost.
Really nice. Really nice is an understatement. It looks amazing. I mean, you nailed it. And the guys that you got some of the dimensions from, I've chatted with, and they said that like the work you did on that was phenomenal. I mean, that you nailed that game.
Thanks a lot.
When you say he nailed that game,
what was that?
When you say nailed that game. I forgot.
Complete. Yes. The answer is yes.
Oh.
That's
I
disgusting.
should have put some of the pictures of that in here, but I just threw some in today, just funny, interesting and funny stories and stuff like that. But I'm really proud of that one. It was a lot of fun to do, and it's a neat game.
It really is. It's funny because I just picked up the Aztrack board, and I'm thinking much the same way. Like, I've now got to build a game around this board. But an Inferno board, you have to do that. I mean, you can't not build a game around it.
Exactly. And I didn't even have the board that long. And then I saw that Brad was reproing the sticks. I was like, I'm never going to do this, but I'll set it aside. You never know. And it just all fell into place. And his Blaster repro sticks are just amazing. Better than original, or stronger, and some anodized aluminum parts to them, and super nice. And when I got that finished and got it all working, I was blown away. And I got to play it for the first time because I hadn't even played the Galloping Ghost when I saw it, but I didn't get to play it. So it's really neat. The sounds, I'm a big Williams fan too, and just the sounds and the gameplay is fun. It really is cool.
The first season we did a show with a guy by the name of Whitney Roberts.
Oh yeah, I'm good friends with Whitney.
We heard 2/3 of the story from Whitney, but I think you were the one that actually found the Sky Skipper board set.
I think I may have been the second one in the United States to find one, second or third. He found one, and I don't know if he found it, if he found his somewhere else, but I'll be honest, I've actually found two. And
he finds one, you say you find two. Oh, I see how it goes. I see.
So I found one, and it's from an operator that ran a route that was one of the largest in the United States, and he doesn't want to be named, but I told him I was looking for one, and he said, "Oh, I probably have one of those." I was like, "Yeah, right." And I went in there, and started looking through his Nintendo boxes, and he's like, "Oh, like this?" And he set it down, and there it was, the TNX. And I was like, unbelievable, dude. And sold it to me for fairly cheap price.
25 cents.
Started digging and found another one and ended up selling it to a buddy. But very cool story. I love the history on that. So how Nintendo still has one of the original ones. And finally, we're going to finally get the art kits for that. So I'm going to be able to build mine here soon.
So is Whitney sharing that stuff with you?
What was that?
Is Whitney sharing that stuff with you?
Yes. So we've got a little club, and there's only 12 or 13 of us, and so we all get the art kit. We all paid, and all are going to be able to get the art kit.
So are we waiting for this old game to print these things? Is that what's happening here?
No, we've waited. I won't say how long, but for a long period of time. Yes. And they're done, and now we're just getting ready to ship. Whitney has them in hand. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang it. It's tough, because that club is hard to get into. If anybody wants to, I guess you have to acquire one of them or something. Maybe hold a Frisky Tom, as hostage.
Yeah, it's a neat game too. I had my original board set. It was a TPP1. TNX is the code for Sky Skipper, and then TPP1 is the Popeye first revision. And it was Nintendo, being the bean counters they are, didn't waste anything. They converted the Sky Skipper boards. Nobody knows how many they made. Maybe 50, maybe 100. I don't know. They put 14, I think, out on location. And it didn't fare too well, so they pulled it, destroyed all but one, and obviously reused the PCBs in the first generation Popeyes. So there was a guy in Washington that deconverted it for me back to Sky Skipper. So we need.
Very cool.
That's very cool.
I'm super excited to get the art for that.
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything. Okay.
Yeah, me neither.
All right. Also, will you sell me your Outrun Cabaret, please?
Oh, man. I sold that to my buddy in Nashville that's opened that big game terminal.
Is this the one that just was up for sale for $900 or something?
I think so, yeah.
Damn it.
I couldn't believe I think I sold it for pretty cheap, yeah.
Damn it.
Was that the one on KLOV?
No.
Right,
There's a beautiful restoration picture of it in here, and it's actually the Cabaret is one that I like because it's the perfect size for a basement. It's actually larger than a lot of other Cabarets, but it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I know I've told this story before, but stayed at a Sheraton hotel when I was a teenager in the late 80s, and they had one of these Outruns in a gazebo that was on site at the Sheraton, and I every day went out there and put quarters in it when we weren't, on International Drive or at Disney. So
That's a fun one. I miss it. I miss all the games they sell. You know, I've had multiples of just about everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I wish I had another Outrun, especially Cabaret because of the size.
Yeah.
And you know, I constantly have to rotate because I have such a small space to put them in, and I store some, sell some, trade some. Love to trade, and yeah. And then, you know, I'm like, dang it, I wish I had that Outrun back. It's a fun game.
You were recently awarded a Superstars of 2020 video game and pinball trading card.
Oh yeah. A couple of my buddies reached out to Walter, and Walter messaged me, and I said, "Oh, sure, yeah."
Sweet.
So that was pretty fun. Walter's a good guy.
Yeah, we could trade cards. Mine looks like a televangelist shot.
Oh yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, I'll definitely sign that. You guys sign yours and send me your card.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll give you 3 of my cards for 1 of yours.
No.
Oh my god. Adam's always doing that.
They do it great in bike spokes.
I'll tell you what. I'll give you 10 so you can put them in your bike spokes.
Give you some Nolan. You can be Nolan Bushnell if you want.
Yeah. Oh, I do have those. No, I seriously have a Superstars of like 2017 card or something. 2015.
Sweet.
5 years old. I think it's 5 years old. But yeah, I made a mistake. But you know, I gave Walter a picture that I took at work, and I should have just let him run with the one he picked. But you know, it is what it is. So they're fun. I think Richie Knuckles has a whole collection of these. So he's got like books and books of them, going back to when they were like one-sided. So
man,
Walter's been doing that for like 10 years now.
He actually, Walter actually gave my son a full set of them like 3 years ago.
It's cool.
So going all the way back. Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Yeah, I sent him some money, and he sent me a book and pretty nice stack of them. I need to put him in a binder or something.
We need to have Walter on the show again. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah,
it's been a while.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
catch up with him. He doesn't like it.
That was a weird episode where he was on his iPad, and was Koo on there somewhere?
Brian Koo was on it at the end of the show.
Brian Koo, yeah.
Yeah, that was the episode he started out and his sink was dripping, and you could hear it. It was just, you know.
First season, good times.
Yeah. We had but third season was the worst for technical problem. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about. All right,
So
go ahead, Brian.
Go ahead. Well, I was just gonna say. So what's next? What's coming up?
I'm working on 2 semi-scratch build timbers. I had 3 boards. I had 2 timber boards and a tapper board left. And I love MCR cabs. Love timber, tapper,
Tron.
Rubio tapper, you know, all those.
Timber, Tapper, Tron, all games beginning with T.
All of them. So I thought, you know what?
Break.
Why not? So I've got a buddy that's a local buddy that's building cabs now, and I provided him with most of his templates, and he does a hell of a job. He builds them. They look like they're CNC cut, and he hand routes them.
Wow.
And I built a few myself, and you know, for what he charges, I'm just like, I'll just buy them from him, and he does a great job.
I needed timber. We could shock.
I need a tapper in cabaret style. That'd be fun.
Oh yeah, that would be very cool.
Yeah, I don't think they made it, but I think that it could be done.
Sure.
That would be very neat. Yeah, that would be a cool custom cab for sure.
It's like Fetish Boy. He's got like all Atari shaped cabinets now.
Yeah.
Cabarets. I think he just redid his whole arcade and cabarets.
Yeah, he does some neat work. I like that Moon Patrol that he did, cabaret that he did. That was slick.
Yeah, that's cool stuff.
Very slick.
His DK Jr. was the first one he did, but that was a Nintendo cut though. So it's got the teepee. But yeah, so I have a question about your. You were talking before the show about warehouse raids. Can you tell us one of your favorite warehouse raids? I mean, I imagine the McDonald's one's memorable. But
yeah, that one sticks out. there's another one where I went and the floor was falling in, and there was, obviously rats and mice. And but I got what did I get on that one? I think I bought 10 to 12 games, and there was a Geo8, a Space Fury Geo8. It's a Space Fury monitor. Actually, it was spelled Furry, Space Furry. And I said, "What do you want for this monitor?" And he's like, "Oh, I don't know. What would you give me for it?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. What do you want?" And he said, $20. So I got a Geo8 for $20.
Nice.
And so that was fun. And I had Matthew Januzek go over and rebuild it. So it's all good.
That's cool.
But so that was fun.
And then,
but other than that, just stuff like that. When there was a lean-to on the side, and he had he converted a bunch of Trons to 2 Tigers, and the shrouds and all kinds of stuff just laying there. One of those pictures you might be able to see the pics from that raid. Tempest control panel, the shroud, tons of boards. It was fun, but yeah, the floor was falling in, and he had a couple of 2x4s around, going across the holes where you could just walk. But yeah, that's pretty much how it is around here most of the time. It's just pretty ratty.
Well, rats are one thing. They don't pee where they sleep, but mice do.
Exactly. Yeah, that makes sense.
If the mice get in there, you're done, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Okay, that brings me to my last question. What were your best and worst restores? And by that I mean, what was your most challenging restore that you were able to bring back, and which restore did you go, oh, this is not going to work, and just throw the whole thing out the door?
Okay, I easily it comes to mind the most challenging that I just threw with. I actually smashed it with a sledgehammer. And some guys might get really pissed, but it was a 10-star Tato 10-star. And I don't know if you know about those, those Tato cabs, but they're a press board, and they just swell up.
Yeah,
they're like a Gottlieb cab or like a Galaga. Any drop of water, they just swell up.
Yeah, Jungle Hunt is all those Zookeeper, all those cabinets.
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
And this one was it was a 10-star, and I really wanted to bring it back, but the cabinet was just mushroomed out at the bottom. And it was so bad. And I cut, I don't know, probably 15 inches up, and I was going to biscuit in a new piece. And I was like, enough's enough. It needed to be trashed. So I just smashed it up with a sledgehammer and did it. I attempted it, and I could have done it, but I was just like, why am I spending so much time on this?
Yeah.
And I ended up just selling the parts to somebody else to finish theirs,
Well, that's cool. So you had donor parts for somebody,
Yeah.
Sometimes the cabinets can't be saved, and that's when you cut a new one, right?
Exactly, yeah. And take it and just have it templated and get a new one. My most challenging, that I'm trying to think that I'm most proud of. The Inferno definitely comes to mind here recently.
Yeah,
the
that's
iRobot,
a lot of work there.
Yeah, the iRobot that I just recently deconverted. I got that from a guy back east, and Brian was actually was looking at it too, and it was converted to an Arkanoid.
Yeah, I saw that.
And so I deconverted it back. Funny story. I actually traded a Warlords upright for the board set. So yeah.
Wow.
So that's how hard it is to find a board set. And I didn't have much money in the Warlords, but I had a lot of sweat equity in it.
Yeah.
And so one of my buddies wanted the Warlords and said, "Hey, I've got a working iRobot board." And I said, "I'll trade you straight across." And he said, "Deal." So I was happy. He was happy. And,
that's great.
Yeah. And then I didn't think I was ever going to find a power supply, but thanks to Brian, I got a nice rebuilt one, and we did a nice little trade. He got my blaster set, so there goes my building another game out of from a PCB.
It will be done though on that one. I will tell you that. There
That's
are
awesome.
big plans for that board set, actually. Not just rebuilding the cabinet, but making it possible for others to do that as well.
Nice.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, I've got to talk about. Speaking of rare PCBs, yeah, the same operator I got 4 Cosmic Chasm PCBs.
What?
And yeah, and so I sold a couple of those. What else? Oh, just recently got a Dragon Spirit and a Splatterhouse. So I'd love to find a Namco. That's something that's eluded me. I've never found a Namco cab, so I'd love to find a Namco cab and build a Splatterhouse or a Dragon Spirit. I passed on a Dragon Spirit for $1,200 like 5 years ago, and I'm still kicking myself because it was like in mint condition.
I have one, and I bought one out here from Zyla, and it was when I was in Hawaii. I got one as a part of this big auction thing. I think I paid like $75 for the cabinet.
Oh my gosh!
I had put a 60-in-1 into a Dig Dug that I was trying to sell because I had too many games. Like, made the little adapter, and the guy came to the house. He's like, "That Dig Dug's cool, but I want the 60-in-1 and the Dragon Spirit." And the board set wasn't working. It wasn't in the cabinet, but the cabinet was mint. It was perfect. And I argued with him, and this was, gosh, almost 10 years ago. And he just looks at me, and he's like, "I'll give you $1,800 or something like that for a 60-in-1 in that cabinet." I'm like, "Yep, done. You're gonna get that cabinet with a 60-in-1 in it."
Nice.
Like, so, yeah. And I do agree. I will. So PMAC in the chat said, and you said thanks, but the iRobot control panel, you did an amazing job getting that back and looking perfect.
Thank you. Yeah, it was butchered pretty well, and so I used some plastic repair epoxy. I can't even remember what the brand was, but I experimented with several in the past, and I found that this stuff's pliable. It works really well. And I put some metal mesh on the back as kind of like a backing, to reinforce it. Filled in the holes and then sanded it. It already had some Bondo work on it where the corners, I don't know, they're notorious for the corners like breaking and because it's kind of hollow. And so I fixed all of that. And then I painted it with a Rust-Oleum textured paint that is really close to the original texture. And then I gave it a light coat of satin black, and it really turned out nice. Yeah, it looks really, really good. Definitely better than it did, I tell you that. It's not perfect.
Yeah, no, I mean, you say it doesn't look perfect, but I mean, it looks amazing. It does look perfect. I mean, the pictures that you sent out, that you posted, and that, I mean, one of the things that I'm really impressed with how you approach things is you get them to look like the original. Like it doesn't look like somebody went in and, kind of jerry-rigged something or pieced it together. Like your stuff, when you're done, you look at it and you're like, okay, so is that an original, just really nice control panel? Or is this actually restored, or what's going on here? So kudos to you for doing that. I mean, it's really amazing to see. And I'm thrilled you got that, because I looked at that and I just went, oh, Christ, I'm never going to get this together.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks a lot. I like to have good attention to detail and, take my time, do it right. And, yeah, that was a fun one. That's a hard game. It's neat though. Boy, so ahead of its time. I mean, what was it like? It wasn't until like that FX chip on the Super Nintendo before they started doing those polygons.
Yeah.
Like with the Star Fox.
Yep.
So,
that game, the stuff they did in that game is really phenomenal. The analog joystick on there. I mean, it's just the combination of technologies they put into that is pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, it's fun too. I mean, a lot of the rare games are not that good, because they're rare for a reason. And that's actually one that I really like. It's challenging, it's neat, and for sure, I mean, it's a cool one.
And then you can put it right next to your Return of the Jedi and Firefox and all those weird cabinets.
Yeah. I'd like to have a Major Havoc. That's one that's eluded me too. I've never had a Major Havoc. And I mean, it doesn't even have to be dedicated. I wouldn't mind having a Tempest conversion.
You should get the Tempest FPGA board when he starts selling them again.
Yeah, I saw that. I missed out on the first run. Is he going to sell them again?
I think he. I think he is. My understanding is he's going to, but I mean, I'll tell you. I bought that, and they're $750, and that's not cheap.
No,
and I get that, but it is without question one of my favorite modifications to a game that I've put in. I mean, it is so much fun to play Tempest, flip over, play Major Havoc, and the thing he did was. There's some adjustments you need to do to get Major Havoc to play properly with the spinner, and it plays so well. I mean, it really is impressive what he did there. So, I would say save up, sell some games, do some stuff, but yeah, it's definitely worth doing.
Yeah, then I'll take your word for it. I'll just get a Tempest and get that FPGA kit.
Yeah,
hey,
for sure.
I have a question, and I'm just trying to understand it. 4 cockpits in your driveway. What?
4 Star Wars cockpits.
How?
Oh, the 4 cockpits?
Yes.
So that was a buddy about an hour from me. He called me and he said, "You're not going to believe what I just got." And I said, "What?" And he's like, 4 Star Wars cockpits. And I said, "No, you did." And he said, "Yep." And so this was I wanted another one. I had one and then ended up selling it. And so I drove out. He lives about an hour away. And he got them for peanuts from an old operator. And this was like I think 2 or 3 years ago.
I can't believe that this is still happening.
Yeah, it's not insane. It was in the operator storage unit, and the guy was like, "Yeah, just get him out of here." So he went and rented a U-Haul and got them, and they all had 25-inch ampliphones in them.
Oh my God!
They were all pretty much unmolested, and I picked one out that was pretty solid, and I traded him, like what you said, Brian, a dig dug, and some cash, and he was happy, I was happy, and I got it going, and yeah, so that was another incredible find, and it's amazing that it's amazing how many of these are still out there. And,
in 2021.
That's something I was going to bring up is, people ask me all the time how I find these rare games, and I've got a good connection of friends, good
network,
network of friends, and I think because I'm centrally located, fairly close to St. Louis, fairly close to Kansas City, Tulsa, and Chicago. Chicago is not too far, and where a lot of this stuff originated. So I don't know. I don't know if it's the central location or what, but I've just really been lucky in finding some of this rare and obscure stuff, and that's what I like to go after now. I've had 15, 20 Pac-Mans, 6 or 7 Galagas.
I gotta tell you, Jeff, I definitely need to find some new friends. Yes.
I would agree.
I'm gonna find some new friends and a new network.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna move to Australia. Actually, that's my next move. And
I'll send parts to people, or I'll give parts to people, help them out, or help look out and find stuff for them, and then they're like, hey, they'll tip me off about something. Something else that I've done. Anytime I buy a game, I'll always ask, hey, do you have any others? And that was like that Defender. I went out to buy that Defender, and it was like $100, and it had been on Craigslist, for 2 or 3 days, and it was horrible condition. And I went out there, and this is where the McDonald's lady was. She had I think I ended up buying 17 or 18 games from her. And so sometimes you just have to go out and show up, and you never know.
I like that. The McDonald's lady.
Those are some of the best deals when you just I went into this lady's basement to look at what was it? It was like a Ridge Racer that was like $500 for two sit downs, and she had a Night Stalker. Her family bought basically brand new, sitting there next to it. The manuals are still stapled into the bottom of the cabinet. It has barely any plays on the coin counter, and I'm like, okay, forget the Ridge Racer. What do you want for that? And okay. It's funny because half the time they're not even thinking about it. They go, yeah, a couple $100 done, out the door.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you'll go somewhere and they'll have all these other ones. Oh yeah, I mean, $150. And I also in the ads I'll look and and I'll see like just a piece of another game, you know, and I'll ask them, hey, what else do you have, you know? So it definitely helps just to do it.
I did that lately. It did not work out well.
Uh-oh. I saw that.
Wait.
I saw that.
Guy here, and he's a doucher. Sorry.
Well, it was so funny because, like, I mean, and, you know, so you brought up like $150. So my approach on buying games, and I'd ask you how you do this, Jeff, is like, I'll ask people if they have a price. Mm-hmm. If they have a price and like what I'm thinking and what they're thinking is close, I'll offer. But if I'm off, I'm just like, you know what? Thanks. You know, that's great. And if they come back and say, well, what would you pay? Then I'll give them a price. But I've kind of gotten beyond that, like, you know, I don't know. I don't lowball anymore. Like, I don't just throw out, like, if they say like, I want $5,000 for this, I don't say to them, well, I'll give you $100. I just kind of go, all right, you know, that's good. We're just not in the same ballpark. Right. How do you approach it?
I got a good deal on the Aztec I'm getting tomorrow, but I can't say it because there's people listening that probably want me to protect the price.
Oh my god!
But it was
it
was a reasonable amount for a really nice pin. Oh, by the way, Jeff, I wanted to thank you for you just mentioned that you like to help people out giving parts, and I needed a Bally Midway fixture at some point, and you sent me one. It was really nice.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah, no problem.
So
yeah, I enjoy doing stuff like that. If I have any parts laying around, and I do have access, like I said, to pretty substantial amount of parts and PCB collection from this
an Eldorado
operator, and so yeah, anytime I can find some, I'd love to help out.
Yeah, cool. I'll keep you in mind when I need all my stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, do you have a Sky Skipper, by the way?
I do, yeah, but I'm gonna hold on to it. Finally getting the art for it. So
I mean, like, and tapper boards are one thing. They've skyrocketed in price. Havocs are outrageous. Timbers are really hard to find.
Yeah,
there's a tapper on Facebook right now for $775.
I saw that. Yeah,
it's not.
Yeah, I ended up buying three. I had 3 extra boards, and this is, you guys I'm sure can relate. I forgot that I had at least 2 of them. They were in a box.
Yeah.
And I was looking through, and I was like, oh my god, I forgot I had these, you know, this tapper and the timber set here, and you know, like 2 or 3 years ago, and so I was like, well, I better build games with them. So
yeah, I have 2 Tron sets if you want to trade.
What was it?
I have 2 Tron sets if you want to trade.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm already halfway through building the timbers, so I think I'm gonna sell one and keep one, or, you know, trade. I don't know, maybe trade for something that I need. I like doing trades too. You know, it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh, something I do want to say that's the most difficult, that I'm finding the absolute most difficult parts to find are Deco Laserdisc parts. My God.
Yep.
Unbelievable. The Chromalex board, like it puts the overlay on the CRT. So I've got a Biga's Battle and a Cobra Command, both converted. And I want to convert them back. I got the artwork and stuff like that, but I do have the PCBs, but the harnesses shouldn't be too hard. They're not anything particularly special, but I need the harness. I need the Chromalex board, the NTSC board. Yeah, it's just, and I've got a Dexter, so.
Oh yeah.
Joe Abate was actually trying to get me. He was suggesting I do the Chromalex boards or take a look at them, because they are hard to find.
Oh my God, yeah. Some guy was going to repro those on Clob, and I don't know if anything ever came up from it. But that honestly, I found Sky Skipper boards. I found blaster boards. You know, all this other super rare stuff, but I cannot find any Deco Laserdisc parts at all. And I've been looking for 3 or 4 years, and I've got a lot of resources and friends, and can't find anything.
I will tell you, if you find something, and you want it reproduced, let me know, because we've got this process chugging now.
Awesome.
I mean, we just finished off doing the Cosmic Chasm board. Actually, Cosmic Chasm board should be done any day, but like, it's gotten to the point where it's just, I've got a guy that's helping me out with doing the boards. I review them, we build them. It's really quick to redo original boards now.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'd love to. If I can find one, I'll let you know.
I like a timber MCR set.
Yeah.
Could you make those, Brian?
Those are on the list.
Oh, then great. Then I can buy a brand new timber cabinet from the guy in Chicago, and I can get the timber board set from you, and I have the joysticks already, so I'm ready.
Nice. I have a timber board set.
Oh, you didn't mention it. That's the kind of friend you are.
That one.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to thank you for being on the show, Jeff. It's been super fun.
Oh yeah, thank you. It was a blast.
So you got to stick with us till after the show, so we can give you a proper send off, and we're gonna do some dancing around, some music here, and some closing out of some credits and stuff like that. There, right?
Sounds good.
I know
great.
Mark is cutting in and out. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do it or not.
We'll see. Can you hear me?
It seems to be working.
I'll give it a shot.
Oh,
who knows? Say hi to your mom. Oh, damn it!
Spell home as in phone. Home.
Well, that's gonna be from the double R's. That's Arcade Radio. Thanks for listening in.
Check out our website, arcaderadio.com. That's RCADERID. Ah, shit. Arcaderadio.com. All social media and swag links.
Yes.
Leave comments at 612-548-GAME. That's, oh shit, fuck. I can't get this one.
Or you can pick up some Arcade Radio stuff over at teespring.com/Arcade Radio, or consider supporting the Patreon campaign for over at patreon.com/Arcade Radio. There are multiple tiers starting at just $3. Any butt helps us.
Any butt helps us. That's
when you say any butt helps us.
You're gonna go as fast as you can.
Subscribe to our ButtTube channel and click the notification bell. You will be glad when we're streaming live.
If you like what you're hearing, consider dropping us a 5-star review on Anchor, iTunes, Spotify, or wherever you consume our podcasts.
Yeah, thanks for listening in. From Arcade Radio, we hope you had a blast, and we'll see you again in a couple of weeks.